Every generation has a moment where they come just to have some fun.
Atlanta is the mecca for black people in America.
It has multiple historically black colleges.
In the 80s,
we said, let's plan a picnic during spring break.
Let's call it Freaknik.
All right. First of all, thank you for taking time out to speak with me. My name is Darius McCurtain-Bridges. This is going to go to P. Frank. As someone who's done some docs for TV One, some very good ones, by the way, as well as Tupac and Biggie. How did you first approach this? How did you want it to look, like as far as visually, and like we mentioned some of the clips and things like that? How did you approach it?
Well, thanks for watching some of those other shows. No, I mean, I think we wanted to have a contemporary look of the film. You know, obviously there's a lot of sit-down interview stuff and some verite, but, you know, the star is really the archival. I think that, you know, myself and Geraldine and Disney and Hulu as well really wanted to make sure that that lived a lot, the archival, and then a little bit of treatment of it and stuff like that. So, you know, as much as we wanted to elevate it visually, we also wanted to make a lot of room for the archival, because that's what people really wanted to see. People partying, dancing. Was their uncle there? Was their cousin there? Who was having a good time? So that was the idea, is that the archival would be the star, along with, as well as Atlanta.
Okay, very good. Well, like everyone else, I thoroughly enjoyed it, so great job.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
it. Yeah. And I got to say, you guys are the best dressed gentlemen we've seen all day.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Everybody got their different styles. You got my girl Leah back there. You got your wall. So it's very flavor. You got a lot of flavor here.
Yeah.
You got platinum plaques all over. You got Playboy bunnies. This is looking kind of wild over there.
Hey, what's up? Thank you guys for taking time out speaking with us. This goes to JD. But what do you say to the people that's kind of worried about what might be shown in this documentary? As someone who's seen it, I don't think anybody should be worried.
I want people to worry, because it is Freaknik. It's not anything. It's Freaknik. Like, we ain't gonna sit here and act like it ain't Freaknik. And I mean, you know, ultimately, if you are worried, then you snitching on yourself, right? And we don't have no control over anybody that came to Atlanta for Freaknik. If you came to Atlanta for Freaknik, you came on your own, and whatever you did at Freaknik, you did on your own. Nobody told you. There was no rules. For real, I think that people have to be really serious about this and be an adult about this, because it's mostly these older adults that's saying this, right? That's older than me, so I can say this. They're saying this, but you got to be a true adult, and adults, you know, a black adult that went to a HBCU in this time period, you know, if you know, it's almost like hazing, right? It's like if you pledged to a fraternity. We don't know. I never went to college, so I don't know all the ins and outs, but I'm saying people that did, it's things that happen in these frat houses and all of this type of stuff that you know, you tell those stories because you represent a fraternity, right? I think that it's time for people to respect Freaknik as a time in black history and in black America where you wanted to be at Freaknik. And this is something that, you know, you wouldn't miss this because right now we don't have this. We don't have this in the world. Young black kids don't have this. Young black kids right now that's in college are being told not to go to Miami for spring break. They don't have nothing to do, right? So if you grew up in this time, this was a time to be alive. It's not something for you to be telling to be scared of. This is something that you almost want to throw in your kids' face and make them jealous so that they try to create this same energy at some point.
For sure. Well, thank you. I love the way you analyze it. I appreciate you with that. And then, Geraldine, I'm going to ask you, tell all of our viewers in Urban Bridges why they need to tune in to Freaknik, the Wildest Party Never Told on Hulu starting March 21st.
You got to tune in to Freaknik, the Wildest Party Never Told, because if you weren't there, then you might get a little taste of it watching the film.
We encourage all you guys. You guys have already got a lot of flavor with the outfits, but, you know, for the launch, we want to see what your Freaknik outfit would have been. My man, you was in the room service. I'd love to see some of them outfits that you were rocking back in 92, 94. So hopefully you guys will don some freaky outfits for the Freaknik release.
Freaknik was the greatest black gathering in America. It was like an entry point into the black cultural experience.
To be able to be in the middle of the street, dancing, laughing, playing your music, it's a moment.
The interstate, the highway, was a street party.
There wasn't even a word called twerking. It was just called booty shaking.
They wasn't no social media, barely had internet.
During Freaknik, stars start coming in. You would see Tupac, Goody Mob, Outkast, Usher Raymond.
I'm having a ball out here.
I don't know what heaven looks like, but this seems like a version of it.
You was lit, okay?
The legacy of Freaknik is black joy, black self-determination,
Black love, black excellence, black enterprise.
but the legacy of Freaknik is also the ugly side.
It started to get a lot more out of control. People were coming by the masses.
What the hell just happened?
If you tried to bring back Freaknik, it wouldn't be what it was.
The streets, the people, the debauchery.
Things that I saw, insane.
We had no inclination to the depth that we were creating.
Them kids ain't know nothing about Freaknik.
Trust me, your mom and daddy got that.